Robert Dre back again on my quest to get to 2200. I am currently at 2158, and let's see if we can get a 10-minute game. Okay, opponent's 2212. Yeah, looks like a pretty good opponent, so let's start with b6. Bishop comes out, and now once he brings the bishop to d3, I go g6, and if he plays f5, I would play f5, or if he played f4, I play f5, but he does not, so I will hit the pawn, and now I will work on my typical Hippo setup. All right, I'm not real sure if that's a mistake or he intended to do that, but we will play our knight around, pawn up. If he pushes, we will push. We push. Okay, so he's... All right, we're going to take, then we're going to push right here. Okay, we push. And we bring a pawn. Now, what do we do? What do we do here? I could come here. We'll get the knights, get the bishop off the board. Try to take advantage of the queen placement. Or do we bring our knight and hit here? Okay, what do we do? He's got one, he's got... Let's, if I go, take... All right, let's do this. Let's see if we can get the bishops off the board. All right, we'll take here. We've got this. All right, let's do this. And, all right, the other knight comes here. We're going to bring the rook over. Rook's coming over. We got this on, let's see. And what are we going to do? Is he going to bring us? I think he's going to do that. Let's do this. We're going to come in here for a check. But what does it do? What does it do? All right. All right, if I come here for check, he drops over here. I can come in here. And can we get that bit? Get the pawn? All right, let's do it. We got check. All right, we got check. All right. What if we take? He takes. All right, let's do this. And maybe we take the... All right. If I come here. All right, let's take the pawn. Let's win a pawn. And what is he going to do? I mean, he could give me a check, couldn't he? What are we going to do? He gives the check. I don't have the castle now. I don't have this. I'll push here. Then I come back. All right, what do we do? Tell you what, let's do this. He's going to come that direction. All right. Let's go here. We're hitting. Okay, I could come here, then back. Can we get out of the way? Can we get out of the way? Okay, what are we going to do? All right. Come here, here. Oh, look at that. What he did. I don't have this because he just takes. All right, what do we do? All right, let's take. And come in here. He comes there. All right, let's do this. We're just trying to get out of the way of. All right, he can't come here. Well, he can. I can just take. He can come here. If he comes there, I got to push. Or he can just do that. All right, let's do here. And what am I going to do? He takes. All right, let's. Let's do this. Let's do this. I mean, he can come here. All right, he's going to drop back. He's going to defend. But we are going to come here. That's not going to do me good. Then we're going to come here. He's got this. No big deal. All right, I take here, and I can win another pawn. Okay. All right, let's do it. Let's come here. I'm going to win another pawn. I don't think he has any tricks up his sleeve. All right, let's go here. And now, oh, he's got that. Oh, All right, we got this, and he can't take. And we are going to, I can do that though. All right, let's go here. He still can't take. I can take. Okay. But do I take? I take. He takes. I take. All right, what if I all right, so if I take with check. And then what? All right, what if I take here? All right, let's do this. Let's take this way. Let's take this way. And take here. And he's got to... All right, my gracious, what are we doing here? Oh my. If I come here. Come here. Let's do this. And if he takes, we have to drop back. We got to drop back here. And what have I'm up 2 pawns, but I didn't get the, I was up 3 a minute ago. All right, let's give him a check. All right, let's come in here. All right, so I'm down 3 minutes on time. I've got to be very aware of what's going on. He's planning on coming there. Let's go here. Just going to go there. Let's move up. Oh my gracious. Let's go here. All right, what's he going to do? Come in here. We're just going to do that. So can we get these off the board? Give him a check. Let's give him a check. Give him another check. Let's do this. Give him a check. Let's drop back. All right, let's go here. If he comes in here, I got to just come right back. Oh, my. Let's go here. All right, it's got to go up. Got to go up. I got check here. I got to check. He's got to drop. No, is he going to lose it? Oh, no, he is. All right, check. He put his bishop on the wrong square. He resigned. All right, let's do a quick analysis and see where we are. I think he had a mouse slip early on. I'm up to 2167. He may have had a mouse slip. Maybe he was just, I don't know, to be quite honest. All right, game review. Do a quick game review. And it's 76.1 to 71.5. Oh, okay, nothing out of the ordinary there. All right, let's go up. All right, e4. And I'm playing b6. And he brings this other pawn up, bring my bishop out. And now he brings this bishop here, and I meet it with g6. Because now if he plays f4, I will play f5, and we will put the ball in his court on whether he wants to take or whether he's going to try to defend the pawn. And that's I would recommend people study those lines because they can be quite interesting. All right, so he brings this other pawn up. So now he's got kind of like an English setup with this pawns across the center. Bring my bishop out. I'm hitting the d4 pawn, and he brings this knight to defend, and I'm just continuing with the hippo. In this situation, sometimes the knight will come here, and the pawn will push. All right, and now this is the move. I don't know whether he intended to do that or he just did that planning on pushing the h-pawn the whole time. Either way it goes, it's the engine still gives white a very slight advantage. I bring my knight around with the intention to push, and see that he plays h4. So was that his intent? Was to just do this anyway? I don't know. All right, I play h6, and he pushes, and I'm going to push. I'm not going to take. And he brings his other pawn down, but now I'm thinking, with the placement of his king, rather, I don't particularly like his position, so I just took. He takes back, and now I'm like, all right, so what do I do? The engine actually likes c5, like c5, and I saw that there's a scenario where maybe I get the bishop off the board, push e5, he takes, and now the engine says knight to c5. Or bishop, well, that's quite a bit higher than bishop to e5, but I go with the bishop takes e5, and I'm wanting to get the bishops off the board. And he lets me get the bishops off the board, which was not his best choice. And now I've got my knight on e5, much better than his knight. My bishop is staring down this diagonal, so that means he's got to keep guarding this pawn, and black's position is just better. He brings his knight to c, and now queen goes to f6, and in actuality the engine preferred queen to g5 by a little bit, but queen to f6, he moves, and now I bring my knight around, and I'm just trying to help out on the d5 square. Now the engine here preferred just queen going on to g5. All right, so I'll bring my knight out instead. Now he brings his rook up, and now my rook to g8, and now I'm hitting on the king, and I also have a knight move that can come into f3. All right, he brings this knight down, and now knight takes d5 is what the engine likes. I played bishop takes. The engine didn't like that. The engine says knight takes d5, e takes d5, then the bishop can come to c8. Oh, that's why. Because the bishop comes to c8, and now all of a sudden he's got to move that rook off of that square. All right, took the bishop though. All right, now I give him the check, but king to h1, and the engine just says white's back to better. I drop back down, and he brings this rook over, and I take the pawn. Let's see what's he got. Rook to c1. Oh, I see. He can hit this pawn. Yeah, he'd be better off. But instead of giving me a check, I move over. He brings this rook down, and now I am coming down, hitting this, but it's defended. And he brings his queen over. So now let's just takes. King comes up because I'm trying to get my king over to this corner. And he gives me a check, but the knight takes, and now my knight ends up being better than his bishop. All right, he drops back to defend. I lock it into place, and I move my other piece into place. And now he comes here, but rook takes d5, which is what I played, and it just wins another pawn. I go back. He drops this pawn down, and now I push my d pawn, and he brings his bishop down. There we go. We bring it up, but now, and here's, I didn't know what to take. Do I take here? I take with the rook. The engine actually prefers the knight takes or the pawn takes first. Took with the rook. He takes, I take, and here I missed this. I missed this here, and I'm worried about how in the world I'm going to defend this. Why not just take the pawn? Instead, I just move my pawn up. He takes, and now I'm got to defend. However, the engine just says rook takes g4, because if he comes down, I can just come in here. I drop back to defend, and now I'm in a defensive position. He doesn't take, bring my knight back, and now we are just moving a few pieces around. And finally, I give him a few checks, drop back. He doesn't want to trade rooks. He knows that's not going to be good. Give him another check, drop back. And I'm bringing my king over, thinking maybe I can get my king over here, but his king can come in here if I do that. He brought his rook or bishop down. All right, I come here, and now he brought his king in, and he could come into the g6 square. So I'll bring my king back, and now he's got to be in. He's got to figure out what to do with his bishop, because the knight check will disconnect this king to the defense. I mean, he could have came here. Bishop to b3. But instead, he put it on a square that can be forked, and then he resigns. All right, but anyway, I'm up to 2167, and I will see you on the next video.